Alrighty folks, here we are. We're out for an overnighter. The same place that we went to in the beginning of the year. My last overnighter, which was far too long ago. Things have been busy, kind of crazy, a little bit stupid, but you know what? Tonight we'll be hanging in the Hemlock Mountain Outdoors Coyote Pack X, and we're gonna be eating an epic dinner tonight. So don't you go away until you see what we got cooking. Let me. Now, not entirely sure if I showed you guys how whoopee slings work. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, but I'll get you perfectly in frame here. Try my best anyway. All right, so you got your length over here. You got your loop over here with the bead on it, and that's going to help your whoopee sling from not being pulled inside of itself. So basically, what you want to do, if you want to get some length, you take the end that goes inside, hopefully you're able to see that, and you can pull that out, and that'll give you some extra room and length to raise and lower your hang. Now once you've done that, this part here is called the berry, and that's where your line goes, or your am steel goes through itself on the inside, and that's what gives it the constricting, we'll call it a knot, to hold it where it's at. So once you've done that, once you've loosened up your berry and you've pulled up your cordage to where you want it to be at, just rub your fingers along the end of it, and that's that. Now it won't move. The friction will hold it exactly where it is, and no problems after that. Get the old sleeping bag in there. When I'm out camping, I still like to have my comfort. Now, this isn't something too big. It's nice and small. It packs down into this tiny little stuff sack, but you know what? It's super comfortable. Blows up in 3 breaths, like I mean firm. And the one thing I like about this thing, it's from Trekology. Maybe you can see that right there, from Trekology. I think I paid like $11 or $12 for it. This thing is awesome. When you blow it up, you can blow it up nice and firm. And if you want to let out a bit of air, just to make it to fine tune it for your comfort, you just give it a little touch. And it'll let a little bit of air out until it's comfortable. You get the right kind of squish that your head needs, and it works out great. And having that little bit of that little option to make it comfortable will give you a better night's sleep for sure. So all right, this is going to be home for the night. Normally I wouldn't set up my tarp like that, but for now it's just we're not expecting any rain tonight, so I like the fresh air to get in, a little bit of wind to blow around. And this is Jesse's home away from home for the night, and that's where he'll be staying. All right, so now let's hit the trails and go set up some trail camps. What an awesome little trail. All right, Jesse found a stump way up a hill full of honey mushrooms. He's gonna pick a bunch of them, and we're gonna eat them. I guess you heard him. I'll show you how far he is. He's way up there. Look at this.
Honey mushrooms, I guess one way to show them is that they're always going to have hair on the cap. It's kind of hard to see on this one. The stalks are always a little fibrous as well. It's always going to look like they had a veil, because they kind of do. Because they kind of open up. You can see this one actually.
Oh, there we are.
It was all covered underneath. So this is definitely something. It's going to be growing in and around dead wood. You'll find them growing from the ground as well, but usually there's some dead wood underneath that ground. So chances are, but they do. This is a parasitic mushroom that kills trees. The honey mushroom is known for that. Yep. Also the stems are a little bit too tough to digest, so it's really only the caps when you're eating them. And when they're starting to get bigger and wavier than that is when I would say they're not quite prime anymore. When they're young and they've got nice curved caps like this, it almost reminds me of a shiitake mushroom. And also the taste wise when I find these. I will do a spore print on these to be sure. I can't remember what color it's supposed to be, but we'll tell you later in the
Google it
in the video.
Got a big old moose track here. There's another one right over there. Nature is so cool. Look at that. Big old birch tree growing right over a giant stump, or stone, sorry. And there's definitely something living down there.
Big boy Charlie starts to walk through.
Sorry guys, in this area that we're at, there's all kinds of wildlife in here. From moose, bear, deer, coyote, fox, you name it, we pretty much have it here. I never heard any reports of a cougar, but I wouldn't put it past it. A lot of times the people say that that in this area or where we live, there's no more cougars left, they're extinct. But yet all these pictures keep on popping up from time to time, but nobody kind of believes it. So who knows? But what we're gonna do, I picked up this trail camera here. Now you knew I had two other ones. One was a Boblov I bought off of Amazon. The other one, I keep on wanting to call it a Bushnell, but I'm not sure if that's what it was anymore. I can't even remember. I've had it for so long. But this one's from a company called 8Men. Now, it's got some pretty good trigger speed on it. It's a 0.2 trigger speed. It's good in the dark, good in the light. It's good for 65 feet trigger distance, and films in full HD, 1080p, and it'll take pictures and photos and all that stuff at the same time. I'm not going to go through all the modes of this thing. I'm really just going to set it up, and hopefully we can get some cool footage so I can slap that into a later video. But we'll be leaving these guys up here for a couple of weeks anyway. So I'm going to set this guy up, pointing down this direction on this big trail. And not too long ago, Jesse had a big old moose walking down this trail and going right down to almost where his home is. We are on.
Good. I mean, how much can one pick? Those ones look older.
Well, they smell good.
Yeah.
Found this big old oak tree here. Split up. And then we found this. Pile of blueberries. Pile of blueberries. Another pile of blueberry poop. Kind of weird. Well, you can see right here. Bunch of oysters, and we were just late to the party. It runs the whole length of this here. That would have totally filled up that basket. All right, so I got another cool spot. If you I'll give you a look at where I'm pointing it at. But I've got a tree right in behind me here, and I'm hoping to point the camera straight up the hill. It looks like I found some tracks around here. Not sure what they were. They're like kind of like dug smudges in the mud on the way up. So we're gonna get this guy up on there, set up, pointing straight up the hill, and hopefully we can get some pretty cool critters on this guy too. That's looking straight up that path, straight up that hill, and it should catch whatever is going to be poking around this area. I think I'm just going to clear a couple of these branches here, just in case they set off the sensor. But silky gone boy. It's a badass little saw right here. Well, it is starting to get dark, so it's time to eat. We're somewhere around probably 6:30, I'm guessing. Yeah, 6:30. So the plan is to get some firewood set up, prepped, and then we're gonna cook a dinner. So I'm gonna make a huge pile of smalls, let those burn down so we can get some coals going right away. And then I'm gonna try to set up some kind of keyhole fire, or just drag the coals out so we can get our food cooking and our meat rotisserie, if you know what I mean. All right, light this fire. Got a ferro rod and a little Enzo necker here. Pile of birch bark in the back. I'm gonna give that a quick shot. Here we go.
That was choice birch bark. It wasn't just any birch bark.
That's right.
Mark Stalling.
Put my tools away. Putting the tools away, that's all. Alrighty, here's our nice 2 pieces of filet mignon. Now, I have to tell you, for those of you who've ever bought this stuff, it probably isn't worth the money. I'll be honest with you. It's pretty tasty, but it's extremely expensive. But every now and then, just every now and then, you gotta treat yourself. So here we go. I'll get these guys onto the spit. We're gonna have to spice them up a little bit. All right. The spice we'll be using today is Clubhouse Spicy Montreal Steak Spice. This stuff is awesome.
It's not close enough.
There we go. I got it. Sorry guys. There you have it. Look at those beauties. Let's get those onto the grill.
What about the steak? I'm kind of curious about the steak.
We will pull the steak shortly, but I have a feeling it's not quite ready. Oh, it's hot.
Wait for you here.
Oh, go. Don't wait for me. Don't. Crazy talk.
Look at this. What the heck?
Hopefully this is coming out nice and clear. We've got our bacon wrapped jalapenos with some cheese, cream cheese, and Italian sausage all stuffed up in there. Absolutely delicious. We've got our baked potato, which is expertly done, and it's going to taste fantastic with this cheese and jalapeno on it. And then under all this, unfortunately, I used the wrong end of my knife here, but
Uh-oh. Something happened.
Mm-hmm. I lost myself a jalapeno. I might cry myself to sleep. Take a look at that. Take a look at this right here. How nice does that look? Filet mignon, cooked on the coffee spit. All of you folks that go camping with ramen noodles and hot dogs need to change your ways. This is the way to go. At least one night on your trip, eat like this. The rest of the nights, if you want to go over there, have one good meal on the night, on your first night, one excellent breakfast the next morning. Then from there on in, you can start going to your ramen noodles, dehydrated meals, and you know, and your dried stuff. But this has to be done at least one night. Sorry guys, we're just sitting here by the fire, relaxing. And then we just finished our dinner. Dinner was fantastic. Very good. Actually, I'll be doing that again sometime soon. But the out in this direction over here, while we were cooking dinner, we heard something pee. And it's an unmistakable sound of just peeing on the grass or on the leaves. You know it when you go camping. It sounds the same. And it was like, for sure, there was some kind of animal lifting a leg and letting it go. Sorry folks, it's bedtime now. I'll see you guys in the morning. It was a great day so far. And I got my pine tree lined shirt on. I'm ready to crash. And it's pretty warm. I don't think I'm gonna need any any blanket or anything tonight. So anyway, should be good to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning guys. So yep, it was a pretty decent night. Took a while to figure out how to sleep on my side, because I am a side sleeper, otherwise I snore like a complete animal.
You did all night long.
All night long. Yeah. So once I figured it out, at least I was able to get some hours straight. But overall, it was a decent sleep. Maybe not so much for Jesse, but yeah, it was a pretty decent sleep.
I will forgive Mark.
Well, thanks.
You're gonna have to dry out my sleeping bag.
Oh. Here are some gem-studded puffballs. We had a bunch of these for breakfast this morning. And if you don't see this video, then we're already dead. This is a perfect example of a sketchy widowmaker. Look at that. It's broken down and it's leaning on another dead branch, dead tree. That won't take long to come down at all. There you go. Bunch of honey mushrooms growing all up this old tree. Look at that. Oop. Oh, nice little pile of poop right there. I know. But you just can't have a good outdoor video without your fair share of poop in it. Just saying.
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know what it is.
Kind of looks like cauliflower mushroom, but
like
I can't be sure what it is. But anyway. So just to show you real quick what Jesse's picking, we found some hedgehog mushrooms, and you can tell these guys. I know I've done a video on these guys once before, but we've got a nice little basket, picking on them. They will get bigger than this, but you'll see they have this nice creamy color. But how you tell is you look under here, and instead of having pores or having ridges or having gills, they got these little spikes. And these guys, yeah, it's like these little teeth. And these guys are delicious. They've got a nice flavor to them, almost a little bit nutty maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe nutty would be a good way to put it. But they're really nice looking tasty mushrooms. Looks like a porcupine had a shitty afternoon here. Look at all these quills. Yeah, those will stick in you real nice. Not be a good time to pull them out either. Looks like another fast food spot here. Something got a hold of some kind of bird and ate him up real nice. Nothing but a pile of feathers. There's a big old chunk of chaga. Unfortunately, it is way too high. And that spot, there's another one down there somewhere. Behind those leaves, maybe you can see it. Right in there. That one's already been harvested. That's right, folks. Jesse's down there picking up a bunch of these guys. These are yellowfoot tube chanterelles. I'll give you a quick look at these. Basically, same kind of thing. Check out the color. Yellow stem. And right under here, the chanterelle rules follow. It doesn't have gills. It has ridges that fork out on the end. And when you cut them off at the end, you will see it's a hollow stem. So there you have it, guys. Quick mushroom tip. Yellowfoot tube chanterelles. Yummy stuff. So that really does seem to be the secret. When you're out mushroom picking in these areas like this, you really want to get down low. Move the brush out of the way as you're walking, because a lot of these mushrooms will grow under the shade of these leaves, even though it is shady in here to begin with. But you never know what you'll end up finding once you start moving the ferns around and the little shrubs. That's how you find the mushrooms. It's hard work, but it's rewarding. Well, have a look at this. We got some false tinder fungus, or amadou, honey mushrooms. It's absolutely full of honey mushrooms, all the way down the sides, all over here. This is a haul and a half. All right. All right, got all our stuff. Now we're out of here. Well, sorry to my friends. We're all packed up. We're heading back to the city. We had a great time, and I think it's going to be a good night's sleep tonight. So, thanks for watching. You guys get out and explore. We'll see you in the next one, and hope you enjoyed the vid. Cheers. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I know this was a quick, abrupt end to this video, but I was running out of batteries, so sue me. Anyway, if you like what you saw, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe for more videos like these. And I'm also going to attach a few other of my favorite overnighter videos to the end of this, so you can check those out too if you want. Thanks for watching. Get out and explore.